When Young Hansen was drafted out of the bleachers with pick number 16, people were shocked and disgusted. NBC Sports gave this selection a D-, calling it the biggest head scratcher of the draft. John Hollinger said, "I'm sorry, what? Nobody had Young as a first rounder. Clutch points hit with an F. What are the Portland Trailblazers doing?" But then, almost immediately, everything changed. After a 2025 Summer League that saw him dazzle with his passing ability and all-around skills, Young Hansen has now been labeled by many as the next Nikola Jokic, which sounds very extreme. Only Jokic himself has said,
"He's good. He's good. I think I'm happy when he gets in the prime that I'm gonna be out of the league probably in no, I'm not actually. Yeah, he's talented. He's talented."
So what is going on here? How has Young become one of the biggest mysteries in recent draft history? A complete unknown who is now receiving hype at a level that would cause many of us to say, let's relax a bit. Well, let's remember, Nikola Jokic himself emerged from a nobody, a second-round pick, to the man we now know as a 3-time MVP and champion. So today, in this video, we are going to get to the bottom of the hype around Young Hansen. Is he a future all-star? Is he a future MVP type player like Jokic? Or is all of this just a cloud of hype that soon will be completely forgotten? Let's start with this question. Is it possible that Young was overlooked because of where he came from? At just the age of 18, Young made his professional debut in the CBA, and in his first season, he was dominant against grown men and former NBA players such as Thon Maker and Taco Fall. It was Young who led the league in total blocks while also averaging 15 points, 10.8 rebounds, and 3.9 assists per game. In this 2024 season, Young was already named an all-star starter for the CBA. It's Rookie of the Year, it's Defensive Player of the Year. He was easily the best prospect in China, but this didn't impress scouts enough for Young to declare for the draft. They had their doubts, so he continued to work. And now in the 2025 season, he expanded his range. In 2024, Young had shot 22.6% from 3. In 2025, on more attempts, he now shot 33.3%, a very promising leap. What was even more promising was his performance at the 2023 U19 FIBA World Cup. Playing against number 2 pick Dylan Harper and Team USA, China got blown out, but Young was very impressive, finishing his performance against Team USA with 8 points, 7 assists, and 6 blocks, and he also had a plus-minus of +2 on the court. In a 23-point loss, when Young was playing, China had a chance. When he wasn't, they were out of the game. And digging deeper, Young finished this tournament against the world's best young talent with elite stats. But guys, before we continue, I'm very excited to say that this video is sponsored by SeatGeek. With the NFL schedule officially released and with the MLB in full swing, I know I want to be going to some games, and that is where SeatGeek has us covered. Anyone, not just new users, anyone can use my promo code Korzemba10 for 10% off their order on SeatGeek. Sports, festivals, concerts, you name it, SeatGeek has you covered, as SeatGeek also rates tickets on a scale of 1 to 10. Green being good, red being bad, so look for those green dots. No matter how many times you bought tickets before, again, using promo code Korzemba10 is going to get you 10% off of your order. So what are you waiting for? Open your SeatGeek app and use my promo code Korzemba10 to get 10% off of your order right now. This offer is only available for a limited time. That is code Korzemba10 for 10% off of your order at SeatGeek. Thank you again to SeatGeek for sponsoring today's video, and now let's get back into today's video. He was 3rd out of everyone in rebounds per game, 2nd in overall efficiency, 1st in blocks per game with 5 a night, and he also finished 4th out of everyone in assists per game with 4.7. You would think with these all-around numbers that Young would have launched up many scouts' draft boards, but for whatever reason, scouts were still just not impressed. Young's all-around game was incredibly unique, and sometimes being different can count against you. By the time the 2025 draft rolled around, scouts were only focusing on his potential negatives. They questioned Young's ability to play against much more athletic players than the ones he competed against in the CBA. They seemingly completely forgot about this amazing FIBA World Cup performance. But the Trailblazers did not forget. Instead, they fell in love. In Yang's 2 CBA seasons, Blazers scouts could be found at his games hoping no other NBA team would discover their secret. They felt Yang was a hidden gem who was extremely underrated. After the draft, Blazers GM Joe Cronin would say, "This is a very, very unique talent. In our opinion, high-end skill set. His ability to pass, his basketball IQ. We think he'll make perimeter shots as well." Looking at Yang's CBA highlights, we can certainly see where the Nikola Jokic comparisons began to develop. On the court, Yang was not just a dominant defensive force. On offense, everything ran through him. And at such a young age playing against grown men, Yang proved he was ready and he was in control. Game after game, he showcased his elite court vision and basketball IQ, while also doing the one thing you want from any basketball player. He made his teammates better. But still, he was written off. Scouts just did not believe he'd be able to control the game in the same way at the next level. The main criticism was that in a more fast-paced athletic style of play, Yang would not be able to make the same types of passes to play his style of basketball. He was the Nikola Jokic of the CBA, but in the NBA, scouts felt he would be an afterthought. Then came this year's Summer League. Against the Warriors in Summer League Game 1, Yang immediately made headlines as his style of play jumped off the screen. In just 24 minutes, he recorded 10 points, 5 assists, and 3 blocks as his potential became known to the world. Did his conditioning need to improve? Yes. Did he have too many turnovers? Yes. Did he foul too often? Yes. But every prospect has parts of their game they need to work on. What's important is looking at the potential of what Yang could become. And as we can see on the tape, Yang has already shown he can perform against much better athletes. That the Nikola Jokic vibes still jump out at us. In his 4 Summer League games in only 24.5 minutes per game, Yang finished with overall numbers of 10.8 points, 5 rebounds, 3.8 assists, and 2.2 blocks a game. He also took 3 3-pointers a game and knocked down 33.3% of his shots, proving he may be ahead of schedule as a shooter. Overall, against the athletic competition that was supposed to completely shut him down, Yang rose up and became the talk of Vegas as people could not believe how good he already looked. The Nikola Jokic comparisons only grew louder and louder. It's here though where we need to remember one crucial detail about Nikola Jokic. While we now know Jokic as perhaps the best current player in the NBA, as a 3-time MVP and champion, it did take Jokic time in the NBA to dominate at the level he eventually would. As a rookie, Nikola Jokic showed extreme promise, but his numbers didn't scream future MVP. It took development, it took getting used to the speed of the NBA, and it took the Denver Nuggets fully trusting in him for Nikola Jokic to really get going. And even then, it still took time. Jokic was first named an All-Star in his 4th season, and it was that year where he solidified himself as an all-time passer with 7.3 assists per game. So it is going to take Yang some time to develop. We're not going to be able to see where his true potential lies for a few years, but what we will be able to see right away is if that potential is still there against NBA competition. He's proven himself in the CBA. He's proven himself in the Summer League. Now, will Yang prove himself against the best of the best? That of course remains to be seen, but what we do know is this. Sometimes the best thing that can happen to a player is for them to receive doubts like Yang has received. The true talent of a lottery pick combined with a chip on your shoulder is dangerous. That combination has created superstars who are willing to outwork anyone to make the most out of their abilities. Yang is going to get the minutes. He is playing on a young Blazers team that isn't worried about making the playoffs, but instead is focused on developing for the future. And that future might very well one day see Yang as its cornerstone. And there we have it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you are new to the channel, please make sure to subscribe and turn on post notifications. That way you never miss a video, only if you did like the content though. If you're already subscribed, thank you so much for supporting. You are awesome. We all know it. And as always, have an awesome day and cue that music.